What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of UGE Brothers Vlogs. Guys, it's that time again. We're about to do some craziness in the kitchen. So, first things first, I'm going to get everything ready to go. I'm going to get everything prepped. I'm going to film it. I'm going to taste it. I'm going to enjoy it. I can't wait. So today, I wanted to do something relatively easy, relatively simple, inexpensive, but freaking delicious. So what I'm gonna do is sort of an open face chicken pot pie recipe. It's a stovetop sort of one pan, easy breezy type deal, and chicken pot pie. It's gonna be freaking delicious. I'm gonna get everything ready to go, and we're gonna get to cooking. All right, peace. Alright guys, so I got everything pretty much ready to go for me to start making this meal. So this thing is super simple, very inexpensive. All you're gonna need basically some shredded carrots, one whole onion, we got biscuits, broth, flour, some poultry seasoning, and some parsley, some milk, and then a chicken. Guys, all you need to do is buy like a rotisserie chicken, or if you made like a slow cooker chicken and you had that left over, you can just shred that up. But basically I already took the skin off of this. I'm gonna go ahead and shred this up. It's simple, easy. Basically this meal feeds like 4 or 5 people and it only costs you a couple bucks.
Yes, I am here for the videos sometimes.
Yeah, he is here for the videos.
We're getting ready for the gym. So
yeah, we're getting ready for the gym.
And we did some great videos coming out.
Oh yeah,
I don't let Rob get back to this thing.
We were so freaking busy today, guys. We got like 4 videos in today. So yeah, so this is gonna be super easy, guys. Like this is all inexpensive. I mean, this right here is the most expensive thing, really, because I got Greenwise organic. But honestly, a pack of these costs you about $1, a couple cents. Like $4 here. You know, this is super easy, super cheap, and fills like a ton of people. So, and it's great because if you do have leftover chicken and leftover chicken stock from like a slow cooker chicken or a baked chicken that you made, you can just use that. You don't even need to buy the broth if you've already got it frozen in the freezer, and you can just use leftover chicken. You don't even have to do that. So guys, this could be like a couple bucks and feed your whole family. So definitely worth doing. After this trip, Joe and I are on a budget, so I wanted to have something super delicious and inexpensive. So let's see. Hopefully this works out. I've never done this before, but we'll see. Alright, how many of you guys freaking like that sound? I like that sound. Alright. First thing we do, now you could do these with frozen biscuits, so you can get a lot more biscuits for cheaper. I don't need all those dang biscuits, so I just got a can. And these are, I chose Southern Home Style, because we're gonna make some chicken pot pie. A southern dish. You're gonna have some southern biscuits. Alright, cool. Alright guys, so I got the oven preheating, getting ready to put my biscuits in. Once I put my biscuits in, I'm basically gonna wanna start cooking. That's gonna be my time frame because these will cook about 25 minutes or so. So I want to start getting everything ready to go. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and get the ingredients to my white sauce. Basically ready to go. That's just going to be milk, chicken stock, poultry seasoning, and flour. Easy. You're just going to whisk all that together. I'm also going to go ahead and get my whole onion here chopped up and ready to go as well. So once that is done, this goes into the oven. Then I'm going to start actually cooking. So I want to keep this basically in order, neat and tidy, so this can just go boom quick. Longest thing is going to be to do is just to shred up the freaking chicken, but I'm going to do that in a second. So Anyway, cool. So far, so good. What is up, guys? Okay, so I love this recipe. It's so straightforward, very inexpensive. To be honest, like if you had already cooked chicken and you had some broth and some chicken left over in the freezer, you don't even have to buy the broth or the chicken. Now, I went to the store and I got a rotisserie chicken from Publix. It cost me about $7. You can get it much cheaper other places. Unfortunately, I didn't have a ton of time, so I just went to Publix and grabbed one. So it's about $7. You can get it at Costco or Sam's for about $4. Probably other places cheaper, or you could just get a whole chicken and cook it yourself and have it. Just like I said, you can have another meal and just reuse stuff. But overall, all the ingredients only really a few dollars. I didn't have flour, so I had to buy some flour and a couple of the seasonings. But if you have most people have that in their pantries anyway, so it's just not a ton of money and super simple, easy ingredients. So real quickly, I'm just gonna go through the process here as you're watching the video. So first thing you want to do is just go ahead and shred up your chicken, get that into a container. Just make sure that if you're using like a rotisserie or something like that, just take the skin off. You don't really want any of that in there, and just shred up the whole chicken. Put it in a container, put it aside so it's just right there ready to go when you need it. You're also going to want to go ahead and preheat your oven. Your oven, the actual temperature really depends on your oven as well as the instructions of whatever biscuits you decide to use, whether or not you just did homemade biscuits or you did like I did and just got a can of Pillsbury, or you got the frozen biscuits. It's really up to you how you want to do it, or you're going to try some other bread product like a croissant or something like that. So it's really up to you. Just read the instructions on whatever package and go with that based on what your oven is, and make sure that's preheating, ready to go so you can put those biscuits in or your bread product in so it's baking. At this point, you're going to want to get everything sort of ready. So what I did was I started with my onion. I used a large, one of those purple onions. I don't really know what they're called, but the purple onions, because they're a little bit spicier, and I thought that was going to add a little bit more to the recipe. It doesn't matter. There's not really a designated type of onion to use. So just get creative with it. It does call for a small onion. I used a large onion. I wanted to make a little bit more for Joe and I than the recipe really called for. And I don't mind having a little bit extra onion in there. So just go ahead and chop that, peel it, get it cleaned up, and give it a fine chop. And once you give it a fine chop, it doesn't have to be pretty, put it aside. If you choose to use like a yellow onion or like a white onion, just understand that you're going to have a little bit less spice, and it's going to be sort of a sweeter tasting dish because once you put the carrots in, it's going to add that sugar in. And onions, when you do saute them, they get a little bit sweeter, and it's going to be a weaker spice flavor. So pro tip would go with the purple onion, but that's really up to you and what you like. So whatever onion you desire to do, just give a nice chop, set that aside. Once you do that, go ahead and get your gravy ready. This is a white gravy. It's a sauce really, so a white sauce. And you go ahead and measure you out about 1 cup of whole milk. Get that ready. Pour that into a nice container you're going to use to mix. You're going to need a kind of a deeper dish. Nothing crazy, but like a bowl of mixing bowl. Something that you're not going to splash all over the place. So a cup of milk, pour that in. And then you're going to want to measure you out about 1.5 cups of chicken stock. I bought a store-bought box version that was low sodium and organic. It's really up to you what you want to use. Just make sure if you use any others, check the sodium consistency so you understand how salty your dish might be. I like to add my own salt, so I got a low sodium, organic, no frills kind of chicken broth. It's basically just chicken in there because I don't like to mess around with all kinds of weird stuff in my food. So just 1.5 cups and pour that into your milk. Then you're going to want to add your seasonings in there. So you want to get your poultry seasoning and get that ready. So about 1 1/2 teaspoons of poultry seasoning. I picked up one from the store. It's called poultry seasoning. There's no frills in it. There's no additives. There's no fillers. It's actually just a pure seasoning. It's great stuff. So about a teaspoon and a half of that into the mix, and then you're gonna grab your all-purpose flour. I don't know if any other flour would work here if you like to use maybe wheat flour or coconut flour, some other brand of flour. If you want to try that, give it a go. I used all-purpose like the recipe calls for, and it worked out great. So, get creative, try some things. I don't know, but this was fine for me. It's 3 tablespoons of flour. Make sure you just scoop it out, flatten it out, make sure it's exactly 3 tablespoons. Otherwise you might get some clumping and some weirdness going on. You got to be careful with flour and like cornstarch and stuff like that. Pour that in there, and it's best just to either shake it up or use a whisk. Get it all nice and mixed together. Make sure it's not clumpy, and set that aside, ready to go. While that's happening, by this point, after doing all that, your oven should be preheated. Go ahead and throw your biscuits in the oven. Now that should take about 25 minutes, so that's going to be your timer start right there. This whole meal, once you're prepped, should only take about 25-30 minutes max. It doesn't take long at all. And it's super simple. You're only going to use 1 pan, so you are going to want to use 1 deep saucepan or frying pan. Just make sure it's large and it's pretty deep. There's a lot of stuff that's going to go in there, and everything's going to go in 1 pan, so you don't want to run out of room and make a mess everywhere. So just make sure it's big enough. Go ahead and heat you up about medium-high heat. Start heating you up some butter. Get that all nice and melty and yummy and so good. That's going to start bringing, that's for one, that's going to make sure nothing sticks to your pan, but it's also going to bring a certain nuttiness to your dish. Throw your onions and your carrots. Now the recipe calls about 1 cup each. I eyeballed it. I used more because I used a larger onion, so I used more carrots. It's really up to you. I just sort of try to make this mine, and I'm making more, and it worked for me. It was delicious. So just do your best. Now get it all about 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes max while it gets nice and soft. Once it gets soft, it starts to smell oh so wonderfully yummy. I love sauteed onion and pepper smell, man. It makes me so happy inside, let me tell you. Get that nice and soft. Now you want to pour your liquid mix. Now keep in mind, you're dealing with flour and you're dealing with milk, okay? So you only want to pour in slowly onto your hot stuff, because if you don't, you risk clumping or you risk burning milk. And burning milk in your pan is so bad. It's so terrible. So pour in slowly. I did this about 3 pours. So pour in, get it nice and hot. Pour in, get it nice and hot. While you're stirring the mix, just get all that in there. Once it's in there, give it a nice stir. Keep up with it. Again, you do not want clumping, and you do not want your milk to burn. So just keep an eye on it. Don't go away. Be patient. Stir it. You are going to want to keep an eye on your biscuits anyway, because you don't want them to burn either. So stay right there. Give it a nice stir. Bring that whole mixture up to a boil. Once it boils, dial the temperature down. Bring it down to a simmer. Let that simmer for a while, and that's going to thicken over time. Now, all this time, you're going to keep checking on it. You're going to keep stirring it, keep mixing it, making sure that nothing's sticking in there, nothing's clumping in there, everything's nice and even, and it's good. So all that's going to mix the flavors into that sauce. It's going to be oh so delicious, let me tell you. So as it starts to thicken, it's going to start coating the vegetables a little bit. It's going to feel heavier. You're going to see the vegetables more, and it's going to coat your spoon or your spatula or whatever you're using to stir it with. Once that happens, man, give it a little bit of a taste. See how it's going. See if it needs anything. See if you want to add anything, whether it be spice, maybe some garlic, maybe some salt and pepper. I added a little bit of salt and pepper at this stage. I even added a little bit of garlic powder in there just to give it a little extra lovin's. But anyway, as it really starts to thicken, once it gets to that thick point, now you're going to want to add your shredded chicken. Add your shredded chicken. Then you're going to want to add also your parsley. Your parsley, you can get chopped fresh, flat leaf parsley. You can get that in your grocery section, like the fresh stuff. I use I used just chopped parsley seasoning. It did the same thing, slightly less strength in that taste, which is fine by me because parsley tends to be a little bit potent. Some people don't like it that much, so I used 2 tablespoons of just the parsley, put that in there with the chicken, and you're going to use about a cup of your green beans. Now I picked up frozen green beans, cut, chopped green beans. Just put about a cup. I eyeballed it. Again, I used more than a cup probably, but that's just because I was making more. Just eyeball it, get creative. If you like more veggies, put more veggies in there. It's not going to hurt anything. And then basically at that point, it's really only going to be a few minutes because you just want to heat the chicken up and heat your green beans up. So just kind of mix it in there, get it all nice and coated in the sauce. Let that start to really heat up. Once it's all nice and heated through, maybe try one of those green beans. Make sure it's all thawed out and hot, heated through, cooked through. Once that's done, then call it. I tried it. I took a spoonful of everything together, and it just needed a little something, at least to me on my palate, because all the flavors were good, but they were slightly just flat. So what I did was I took some Weber garlic seasoning and I just put that in there just to add a little bit extra something in there. And let me tell you, man, it's worth doing. But again, just try a spoonful of it and see what you like, man. It's up to you, up to your palate. If you want to add a little bit of spice, a little bit of sweetness, just play with it. Be creative. The garlic for me was fan-freaking-tastic. It was perfect. I didn't put a ton in there, and I just mixed it all up, let that all get cooked. By this point, also, your biscuits should be done, so make sure you check on those because those can burn, and once they burn, they don't taste that great, and also they start to stick to stuff, so it gets to be a mess. So once you see those biscuits get nice and golden brown and delicious and yummy and soft, so good, go ahead and take those out and put those aside as well. That's going to be essentially the crust portion of your pot pie. This whole thing is basically just deconstructed pot pie, and this came out when I tried it, tasting just like the inside of a pot pie. It was fan-freaking-tastic. Definitely worth doing. Super easy. Very, very, very inexpensive. So, I don't know. Give it a go. I'm about to try it myself. Ooh, I'm excited about this, guys. All done. Let me tell you, man, this was so freaking easy. Once those biscuits were in and everything was cooking, everything was smelling all yummy and delicious, and just making it just mouth water. Only took about 20-30 minutes. Give or take a few minutes just to shred up the stupid chicken, which that's annoying, but guys, buttery, fresh biscuits. Now these aren't homemade. If you want to do them homemade, it's gonna be a lot longer, a lot more work. These aren't homemade. Oh man. Let me tell you, it looks like the inside of a chicken pot pie. Let me tell you, man, look at this. Look at this. I love the colors. Smells fantastic. Now I did add at the end, which is not in the recipe, I added garlic at the end of this just to give it a little something, you know what I mean? A little bit more lovin's. Let me just taste this right here. Look at that. Is that not? Look, amazing. Look at that. Ooh. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous now. You can make this. It's easy. It's cheap. It's inexpensive. Oh my God. I'm gonna tell you. Okay. Pro tip. Do like I did. Get those purple onions. Add a little bit of that necessary, just enough spice, if you know what I mean. If you don't like that, you can get a yellow or a white onion. Just know it's going to be a little bit on the sweeter side, especially with the carrots. I'm telling you, that purple onion, it's sweet, just has just enough spice on it. Ooh, a little bit of salt and pepper, up to you. But onions, carrots, green beans, yummy, yum, yum, yummy, yum, yum, let me tell you. And then I just added, like I said, that garlic at the end. Oh, baby. That's love right there. That's love. And this is all deconstructed, right? So you do a little biscuit. Now you can do this with biscuits, probably with croissants. You can get crazy. Let me tell you, you can get pie crust and just throw this in there if you wanted to. You can get those Pillsbury like crust roll doughs, fluff those babies up, fry those babies up, make some empanadas out of this junk, man. Let me tell you, you can get really crazy creative with this. But let me tell you, let me taste a little bit with this biscuit. Oh boy, this is delicious. Woo-wee. That tastes exactly like chicken pot, homemade, fresh, like your grandma made chicken pot pie. Let me tell you. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. Definitely let me know any recipes you might have, you might want to see. I've got so much planned for this channel, guys. I've got so many cool family recipes that I'm getting from my aunt, my grandmother, and I'm gonna start making some cool stuff with some of that. I've got some great stories along with that too that I'm gonna share with you guys. I'm gonna have so much freaking fun, especially through the holidays. I'm also looking for stuff for vegans and vegetarians. I know a lot of you guys are asking me about that. I'm looking. I'm definitely gonna do one. I don't know when I'm gonna do it though. But I'm definitely looking for one at least, so I will be doing one at some point. So just kind of be on the lookout for that. Man, this video was so much fun to make. I had a blast. I had a great freaking day. Joe and I have basically shot like 4 videos today. We got so much content coming out. We're all over social media right now. Ooh, man, it was a busy, productive day, but it was freaking fantastic, and I feel great. Let me tell you something, though. This meal, so incredibly easy, guys. Man, and trust me, when you make this for your family, they will love you. Just make sure you bring out your pillows and your blankets, because let me tell you something. This meal, this pot pie, it's gonna massage your inside. It's gonna massage your soul a little bit, and it's gonna make you feel so just good, and you're gonna be like so relaxed and so homey that you're just gonna get cozy and just like take a nap or something, or watch a movie. Or oh man, let me tell you, man, because that's the way I'm feeling. I just want to just watch some Netflix and just relax. I'm all kinds of cozy inside. This is definitely, it tastes, I'm blown away actually. I didn't do too much extra of this. I added a little bit more vegetables to this recipe. I added garlic, basically. That's basically all I did, was add a little bit of garlic on it, and that's just for me. And this recipe it tastes exactly like a homemade pot pie, just not pot pie style. It's so good though. You only use basically one pan, only a few ingredients, basic measurements, easy things that you probably just have in your house already, you know what I mean? So you really may not even need to spend any money on this, man. It's incredible. I cannot believe something so easy and so inexpensive tastes like this, man. And I'm sure you could do so many things with this recipe. I don't know. You may be able to take this and like do something like maybe like a chicken and dumplings type thing. You may be to make some like empanadas or like some pot pie pockets, or I don't know, man. There's so many things you might be able to do with this recipe. Just get creative, man. Get wild. Get insane. And try some things. But man, this was so dang good. I'm almost sad it's gone. But anyway, guys, I really hope you guys love the cooking stuff, because I'm a big foodie at heart. I like trying things, because for me, I mean, our brand is all about exploration, all about positivity, all about looking forward and being strong, but it's mostly about exploration. I mean, we got started on urban exploration, you know what I mean? So we're exploring everything there is to explore about life. So we got junkyard series on here. Now we got the cooking series. We got travel stuff. We got all kinds of craziness on here. on top of like just the heart-to-heart talks and some of the motivational stuff. I mean, this channel is growing like crazy right now. We're over 10,000 right now. It's awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much. I mean, we hit 100,000. We finally got our play button on our main channel, which has been freaking spectacular. And that's all because of you guys, man, because you are the best fans ever. Like, we have the best group, man. I love it. I feel fit. I'm like high on life right now, man. I'm so happy. It's awesome. Anyway, guys, I'm rambling right now. I'm going to get out and I'm going to get this video finished so I can get out so you can see it. Anyway, again, check out our merch store, UGBrothers.com. There's tons of stuff on there, including aprons. I designed aprons. You guys asked for aprons. I designed them. They're on there. Check them out. Check out our Stay Savage tees, our logo tees, sweater jackets, probably coming out soon. And I got a bunch of request designs and stuff. I'm going to be working on those projects too, man. Anyway, guys, all the members, all the patrons, all you guys out there, please, if you're on here as well, message me. Let me know what you guys want to see as members, as patrons, what we can do for you as members, and we can get some things together because I'm working on that right now. So please help me out. Give me some ideas. What do you guys want? What do some other people do? And I'll do the same thing. I'll research that on my end. We'll get together. Your people call my people call your people, and we'll work something out. You know what I mean? Anyway, something's wrong with me. Alright, I love you guys so freaking much. Until the next video, peace.